We've been hiding a little secret. We're pregnant! I'm so excited to be able to finally tell you guys. It's been the hardest 3 months hiding it. So it's so exciting to be able to finally make this public.
It's awesome to be able to make this announcement and have this be a blessing in our lives. Cynthia's been the best mommy to our little baby. And we've been getting a lot of great support and excitement from our closest friends and family. So that's been truly, truly awesome to see.
I can't wait to walk you guys through my entire first trimester. I'm now in my second trimester. So we're gonna talk all things how we found out, how we told our friends and family, what I've been craving, food aversions I've been having, our first OB appointment and our first ultrasound appointment. So let's get into all of that. Hi guys, it's Cynthia. Welcome back to my channel. This is such an exciting video because like you saw, I'm pregnant. The secret is out. So I just started my second trimester. So I want to recap my entire first trimester. We're doing our gender reveal next week. So that should be the next vlog that you guys see after this video. And I'm so excited. We're having a little dragon baby. You guys watched me and Tim's relationship Q&A that we did back in February. We talked a little bit about wanting kids, when we wanted kids, but this was definitely a surprise. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to get into all of this. I hope you guys are excited for me. If you are, hit the like button. I'm so excited to start my mommy journey. So if you want to follow me on this journey, definitely hit that subscribe button down below and let's get on into the video. Start from the beginning. I'm going to start with how we found out that we're pregnant, and then how I told Tim, how I told our close family, friends, our first appointment. Then I'm gonna get into a summary of my first trimester, some of the symptoms that I noticed, and then foods that I like, food aversions that I had. Like I always do, I'm gonna put timestamps in the description. So if you're particularly interested about a certain section, then you can go down there, see what the timestamp is, and then fast forward. Let's start with how I found out that I was pregnant. So we actually found out March 14th. That morning I woke up and I was like, interesting. My period has been late by 2 days, which for me, I'm such a regular girly. After I got off birth control, my period like regulated itself pretty quickly. And I was using natural cycle, so I was taking my temperature every morning. So it knew when I was supposed to get my period. And it was like, oh, your period's 2 days late. And I was like, interesting. This never happens. And I had bought this ovulation kit that came with some like pregnancy strips. So I had that on hand and I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know if I'm pregnant, but like, let me just try and do the test because why else would my period have not come? So I did the test. Immediate second line. I was kind of like freaking out. You'll see in the footage, it's not like your classic, like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I was like, whoa, like what is happening? Like I was just in shock, disbelief. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I need to figure out like a cute way to tell Tim. But before I tell him, I want to like triple confirm that I am pregnant. So I DoorDashed like 3 pregnancy tests and I ran to our front door, grabbed it. Tim was working from home that day and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I was trying to be really quiet, but like film my content, did my pregnancy test and they all came out pregnant. And I was like, holy crap, this is insane. And what was really crazy was actually leading up to that, I remember having cramps, and normally I don't have a lot of cramps. If I do, it's like the day of my period. So I remember having cramps and needing my heat pad. And then I also remember my skin just being super sensitive. Like I thought I developed a shrimp allergy, which I still might have. I haven't tried to eat shrimp since then, but my skin was just reacting to everything. Like every single week I was having some sort of like allergic reaction, like hives on my skin. If you guys scroll back to my TikTok, you'll see I was like, why is my skin freaking out again? Today my skin's freaking out. You'll see in some of my YouTube vlogs too from like January, February, I had a lot of moments where I was like, something's going on with my skin. And I think it was my body reacting to this baby. So yeah, once I took my pregnancy test, I was like, okay, I need to tell Tim. So when I DoorDashed the pregnancy test, I also DoorDashed like a little gift baggie. So I put the pregnancy test inside the gift bag with some tissue paper. And then I came out and told Tim, I'm the worst liar. So I think he kind of like suspected something, but we were leaving for Cabo the next week, which was like the perfect little celebration since we knew. Yeah, I told Tim like, oh, I got you a little early anniversary gift before we leave for Cabo. I wanted to give this to you. And before he like actually took out the tissue paper and opened the bag, he just saw it and he knew, and we both started like sobbing. It was like a really, really sweet moment. I think we both were feeling like super overwhelmed with like happiness, but also like nervous and not really sure what this journey is gonna be like. So a little bit scared, but we were overall like very happy and excited and grateful. Now, Tim and I are really close to our family and friends, and it was so hard for us to keep our mouth shut. We just wanted to be able to like enjoy knowing our little secret for a little bit. So we kept it to us for about a month and a half, I think. I think we told our family like week 7 or week 8. We told my sister first. We call my aunt Fajai, which is like hair clip auntie, because she used to always buy us hair clips. Yes, it was kind of confusing, but I asked my sister, I brought little hair clips, and I asked my sister, oh, are you ready to be hair clip auntie? And then she was like, what? And then she got it, and then she started crying, and it was so sweet, and she was so happy for us. Later, we were going to see my mom, and my dad was in Taiwan at the time, so we told my mom, and what I did was I had like a whole bag of like skincare and makeup to give her, and so I put my pregnancy test in her, and then she whipped it out, and she was so shocked, so happy for us. She's been telling me all along, like since before we got married, she was like, it's time to have a kid, time to have a kid, like classic Asian mom. So she was literally like lecturing me 3 days before I told her I was pregnant. She was telling me like, it's time, like it is time to get to work, it is time to have a kid, and I was like, little does she know I'm actually pregnant, and I can't wait to tell her. And she was beyond so happy. Later, I called my dad. I really wanted to tell him in person, but he was going to be in Taiwan for a while, so I FaceTimed him and told him. Later, we were seeing Tim's parents. So the way we did it was we were meeting at Westfield Valley Fair. So there was this like cute photo op. So we had my sister, she was obviously in on it because she knew already. Had her say 3, 2, 1, cheese. And then 3, 2, 1, we'd say we're pregnant. And so we did. And it was so funny. You'll see in the footage. Tim's mom reacted so fast, and then Tim's dad was like, what? It was really, really cute. They were so happy for us. For our friends, it was really cute because actually when we were 5 weeks along, one of our best friends, they told us that they're pregnant, and they were 2 weeks ahead of me. And I was already suspecting that she was pregnant. Or like, oh, we have some friends that are joining the house, so we want to like FaceTime you guys to talk about it. And I was like, they're gonna tell us they're pregnant. And then me and Tim were like, okay, like, are we gonna tell them? And we were like, yeah, we should. So they called us. Lo and behold, they told us they're pregnant, and we did the same. And it was like a reverse Uno. They were so shocked. The video footage is hilarious. I was dying at the footage. They were in complete shock, and it was so exciting to just know that like we're pregnant together. We went to Coachella together pregnant, and it was just so nice to have a buddy to like be sober with, go pee with, and let alone have that be one of my best friends. Like, how magical and incredible is that? Like, I just feel so grateful that I get to be on this journey with her, and we're just 2 weeks apart, which is crazy. My other friends, I was trying to think of like creative ways to kind of tell them. I'm that kind of person that like always wants to do something a little extra, surprise them. That I think I kind of stuck with was I would buy a little like sweet tree, and I would write, eat up, I can't be the only one growing a belly. And it was so funny seeing some of my friends like not get it and then get it, or like people who just like got it right away. It was just so cute seeing everyone be so excited for me. And these are the people that I knew even if something were to happen, like I would rely on them and want their support. So that's why I felt comfortable telling them so early on, because I know a lot of people prefer not to tell people until after first trimester is over, so it's less risky. Now let's talk about our appointments. We have had one OB appointment, which I think was at week 10, which is a little bit later. I think most people it's like week 7 to 10. And then we had our ultrasound appointment, which is like the nuchal transparency transparency appointment, which is where they go in and kind of measure the neck of the baby to make sure that there's no like genetic disorders. So that was, I think, week 12. But it's been incredible, like seeing the baby grow and seeing the photos. These are the ultrasound pictures that we got. Like, how adorable. The baby is so tiny. I was just amazed seeing this little thing in me, because I think leading up to that appointment, I was feeling so anxious. Like, is there a thing in me? Like, how do I take care of it? Is it growing? Like, I just really wanted to see it and make sure that it was okay. And seeing these photos and seeing it move inside of me, like, it just gave me so much comfort. And yeah, it was so emotional. Tim was like filming and like pretty much sobbing. But he's just been so supportive, and he's already so loving to begin with, but like even more loving and affectionate, which is the best. Now on to our first ultrasound appointment. So again, this was to measure the baby's neck size and make sure that there's no genetic disorders. So this guy like gave us a bunch of photos, like, look how long. It was insane going from this to this, because the first appointment, the baby's like there, but you can barely really see anything. This next appointment, it was wild. All the organs were there already. Literally, the guy was going in and he was like pinpointing every single organ, taking a photo of it, measuring it, making sure it's all good, measuring the heartbeat. Fingers and toes are all there, arms and legs. Like, it was wild seeing all of that. Look at this photo. You can see the arm, the fingers. Like, is that not insane? It's just wild. For some reason in my mind, not knowing much about babies, like, I thought that, you know, since it takes 9 months to grow, like, they grow slowly, but so much happens in the first trimester, like all their vital organs, all the limbs, like it's all there, which is so wild to me, but absolutely beautiful and magical. This ultrasound appointment was so cool. And being able to see baby again was just incredible and so special. It just like makes everything feel so much more real, because it's funny, the baby is in there, but like I didn't have many symptoms. We'll go into this in the next section when I talk about like my first trimester, but I really didn't have that many symptoms. So I was like, is this in my head or like, is this real? So let's talk about my entire first trimester, symptoms, all that stuff. So actually pre-finding out that I was pregnant, like I said, I had cramps, I had really sensitive skin. And actually my mom said this to me. She looked at me and she was like, why are your eyebrows getting so dark? Like, did you get them microbladed or something? And I was like, I mean, I got them microbladed like a while ago, but like, I'm surprised you think they're getting dark now. And it's because I was already getting all these pregnancy hormones and like my hair was starting to grow like crazy, but I just didn't realize that. So it was funny that my mom noticed my eyebrows and said that. But anyways, yes, growing a lot of hair is something that I'm experiencing, and it's been really nice. And I think that's like the pregnancy glow, right? Like your hair is fuller, like your brows, lashes, everything's longer and nicer. So I've really been enjoying that. My skin started off really bad. I was breaking out a lot on like the sides of my face, which is really odd, because normally I don't break out on the sides of my face. If I'm breaking out, it's usually like my T-zone. Since then, my skin has really cleared up. Like, everyone is saying how glowy I am, and I don't know the gender yet, but I think maybe it has something to do with the gender, or my body has just like regulated itself and like my hormones are not whack anymore, so my body has adjusted. Also super bloated, probably like the first 2 months of my first trimester. Felt like I looked pregnant, but it was really the bloating. I was also extremely tired. Like, I was pretty much napping every day after dinner at like 8 p.m. It was wild. Like, I've never been that exhausted in my life, and I was sleeping like 10 to 12 hours a night. It was so crazy. I just felt so tired, but my body was growing a human. But what I will say is I've been really lucky to not have much morning sickness, and it's actually really funny because everyone calls it morning sickness, but most women feel it like the entire day. It's not just the morning. They feel nauseous all day. I don't know, again, if it's gender related, but I feel really lucky that like nausea has really been at a minimum. I would say the first 2 months. Probably felt it the most at night after taking my prenatals. It's like taking all the pills and then also just being tired. So around like 9 or 10, I would start to get nauseous, and that's when I was like, okay, gotta go to bed. And I would wake up in the morning and feel totally fine. So I feel really lucky that my nausea has not been bad, and that's allowed me to like enjoy food still and eat all the things that I love. So I haven't had really like extreme food aversions. Like salmon, I don't really love in general, and I already was kind of like, meh. And then meat, I do like meat, but for some reason, like first trimester, I was like, yeah, like I could eat it outside, but if I was gonna make it at home, it just like kind of grossed me out. But on the flip side, all the foods that I love to eat, I loved even more. Like anything pickled, like pickles, kimchi, like all of that was just so good, and it still is so good right now. A few interesting things though that normally I'm not like craving, but I was definitely craving my first trimester was rice. Normally I'm a noodles girly. I don't eat much rice, but I was eating so much rice my first trimester. Now it's calmed down a little bit, but like rice has been my jam. Like fried rice, normal rice, porridge, anything with rice, give it to me. And it's funny because Tim is a rice boy and he loves rice. He needs rice. So we were both like, we definitely have a Wang baby in there. The next thing is toast with peanut butter. Oh my God, that was so good to me. Like pretty much my entire first trimester. Now again, it's calmed down, but like that was my favorite thing to eat in the morning, like my go-to. I would seriously roll out of bed and like look forward to eating my peanut butter toast. Citrus. This is interesting because I've always liked oranges, but now I like love it. Something about like how tart, juicy it is. It's so good. And lemon. I've never been a girly that has to have lemon in my water, and now I need it for me to drink my water. And then lastly, anything that's like crunchy, juicy, tart. So like apples, pickles, it's just like it just hits the spot. And what I am really missing is I've been trying to cut down on my coffee a lot. I've started to integrate it a little bit more, but I try to really reduce my caffeine intake, which I wouldn't say is a lot in general, but I definitely have my morning cup of coffee. If I drink boba, there's tea in that. So I've been trying to minimize it. I'll like have half of an espresso shot, which is really nothing, but like I'll just drink that and kind of use that to like curb my itch for coffee because I love the taste of coffee. It's not just the caffeine for me. And then with boba, I'll try to find like caffeine-free options, or I just won't have coffee that morning and then I'll have boba with like the green tea or whatever. So really do miss sushi. I love sushi, but I had a lot of good sushi before I found out I was pregnant. We literally ate at Friends Only for Valentine's Day. Me and Michelle went and ate at Akiko's, so I can't be complaining. I got to enjoy it pretty much till the last minute. And we've had like sushi here and there. Like you guys might have saw at Coachella, I had kazunori, but if you really pay attention, I only had the crab and lobster and cucumber rolls. And it's because those are the only things I can eat. And I actually just DoorDashed myself my favorite hand roll spot in the city, Saru. I just got their like crab, lobster, cucumber, just things that are all cooked. When we ate at Robin like a couple weeks ago, all the stuff that I ate was seared, and it was so nice of them that they were willing to accommodate because a lot of like omakase places, they don't adjust the menu for you. Chef Tai, he seared everything for me, made sure I didn't have high mercury things. He really took care of us, and that like curbed my craving too, which was really nice. I wonder if any of you guys picked up on that. I don't think I showed my seared pieces. I mainly got shots of Tim's pieces. When we went to Sacramento, I was wearing this bump suit. This has been like my favorite maternity item. Just like have their shorts one and then the like leggings one. This is so stretchy and comfortable. It's incredible. I wore this to Sacramento and I filmed some content, and I think a few of you guys might have noticed my bump. Definitely my friends were messaging me and being like, oh my God, I see your bump. So let me know if you guys saw or got a sense. I'm so curious how many of you guys knew. That is my first trimester roundup. If any of you guys are trying, expecting, let me know if you have any questions or you want me to make any content about anything in specific. I am so excited to embark on this journey with you guys, and I'm just so grateful that you guys have really seen me, especially if you followed me on Instagram for a while. Like you've seen me through dating, getting married, and now having a baby, and it's just so incredibly special. So I appreciate appreciate you all for being here. I hope you're excited for this journey. Again, if you are, hit that subscribe down below. Can't wait to continue sharing more of my life, vlogs, my mommy journey, and more with you guys. So thank you again for being here. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.